Yes, you read that correctly. At one time in my career, I was a top paid E4 in the military. A lot of people will say there's no such thing as a top paid in a certain rank. We all get paid the same. Well, keep watching and listen and learn from me and apply it to yourself. So, first and foremost, I was in the Air Force and I got lucky for most of my career. I planned out my path to get wealthy, and today I have a net worth of $1 million at age 27. I bought a house at age 23, did investments in stocks. This started with the help of my coworkers and friends. But let's skip all that and get to the juicy part. How the hell did I get 80K a year as an enlisted E4 senior airman? So I joined the Air Force with the idea of going into security forces because my dream job is to become a police officer. I chose security forces in the delayed entry program. Then I went to MEPS in Utah and put it as my number one on my list. For some odd reason, I didn't get it, and I was offered to join as open general, so I took it. When in basic, all the people who go in as open general have a chance to finally pick their job. And what did I pick? Yes, I picked security forces as my number one, then cyber system operator as my number two. And I lucked out. I got cyber system operator. I later learned that cyber system operators were higher in demand than security forces job. What does this have to do with anything? Well, if I were to go security forces, I could go to virtually any base anywhere because that job is needed at all bases. When I lucked out and got cyber system operator as a job, I had a smaller pool of bases to choose from. My main three that I picked were Hawaii, Germany, and Japan. In tech school, I would check every day to see what base I got. And I got it. My dream base, Hickam, Hawaii. I had family there, and well, who doesn't want to go to Hawaii as their first base? The class before us got all stateside bases, and my class all received overseas bases. A 1 week difference between classes. So I lucked out and got Hawaii. What's so good about Hawaii? At the time, it was one of the highest BAH pay bases. When I got there, I found out housing is actually run by the Navy, since it's a joint base Pearl Harbor Hickam. So most of the people got out of the dorms within 2 to 3 years from getting there. And you're there for roughly 4 years. And you only receive BAH when you are out of the dorms. The list that you get out was based on rank. E4s usually mean you get out within a month or two, and it was a race to promote to get out. While I was in the dorm, they were single occupancy but a shared bathroom. For some reason, I had a suite mate for only a couple of months, and then 7 months later without one. There were some issues in that room, and I didn't mind having not to share a bathroom. In my squadron, we worked shift work, and one day I just happened to be off. And as an E3, I got a knock on the door. I opened the door, and two dorm management people were there, and they said these exact words: "You need to move out." My first thought is, I'm not an E4, so you must be messing with me. Their response was, you lucked out. We need a room for female dorms, and since you don't have a suite mate, you are bumped up to the top of the list to be moved out of the dorms. That is, if you want to. Immediately, I said yes. I want to move out ASAP. 1 week later of looking at places, I moved out. I got extremely lucky with this one since other people who outranked me were still in the dorms. So I got Hawaii. That was luck. I got out of the dorms earlier than anyone else. Luck. Next, I started to see that pay bump to nearly double my base pay. BAH was $1,900 for a single man, and I enjoyed it. What I didn't know is that COLA also kicked in, another $550 per month extra. I didn't believe my pay when I got it. It was absolutely amazing. So $1,900 BAH, $550 COLA, and $250 in BAS and base pay for a total amount of around a month, which is not 80,000 a year. So from there, about 55K a year, how did I get to almost 80,000 a year? A few factors took into play. Firstly, I got married, which boosted my COLA to $700 and BAH to $2,600, which is another $10,000 a year, roughly $65,000, but still not $80,000 a year. Years go by and I'm almost PCSing. I have a few choices. I tried a IPCOT, which means to do another tour in the same duty location, but our new commander denied everybody. So the next best thing is to go to an unaccompanied short tour assignment. So I put in Korea and I got it. Here is where I made 80K a year. BAH and COLA, basic allowance for housing and cost of living adjustment, they go up and down every year. When I PCSed in Korea in 2015, Hawaii BAH was $2,900 and $772 in COLA per month. But the COLA was lower than it was in 2014. And like I said, it can go up and down. However, one important factor is being grandfathered in. What that means is that your pay can never go down. It can always go up. And if it goes down, the next year you still get the same amount. So that brought my COLA to $864 per month. However, that is with dependent pay. When you are overseas, you get single rate COLA pay, but you also get both bases. Both COLA from Hawaii and COLA from Korea. So what does that equate to? COLA for Hawaii as a single rate was $706, and COLA from Korea was $276, for a total of $982 COLA, more than I received when I was in Hawaii. What about BAH? Do you still get BAH? Yes, you do. You receive BAH for the duty station you left if you are going to an unaccompanied tour and your family members are still at your last duty station. So that $2,900 I got from BAH from Hawaii, I still got that as well. At the time I was in Korea, until the time I left, BAH took a dive. Almost $300 a month cut for married couples. However, like I said before, BAH and COLA rates go up and down every year, but your rate will never decrease, as long as you or your dependents still have orders to your last duty station. If you were to PCS elsewhere and PCS back to your last base, you will get the new rates. So at the time, I got $300 more BAH than everybody else. I got dual COLA of $982, which together is higher than all the bases across the Air Force, for a total of $78,000 per year, or $6,500 per month. On top of that, my wife lived with her family, so I nearly pocketed all of it. However, I did the smart thing. I invested most of it, and at 27 years old, I had a net worth of $1 million. And that's how I got $80,000 a year as an E4 in the Air Force. I might do a few videos on my whole journey throughout the ranks and how I became a millionaire. So hit that subscribe button if you would like to learn more. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned from my story and you use that knowledge to apply it to yourself, so you too can make $80,000 a year as an E4.